Good evening. I've got a solution to the nurses' strike. Give the nurses their pay rise, they deserve a bump, but find it from the existing NHS budget. After all, the NHS budget isn't far off £200 billion and amounts to a bill of £13,000 a year per household across the country. Surely that's enough money. I'm pretty sure that a bonfire of bureaucracy and the reduction of middle management, pen pushers on six-figure salaries who have nothing to do with treating sick people, ought to do the trick. Not paying a fiver for a packet of paracetamol or paying a contractor £50 to change a light bulb might help as well. People often boast that the NHS is the biggest employer in Europe. That's not a boast. That's an admission of its wild inefficiency. And the axing of woke job titles ought to free up a few £100 million too, like diversity officers for a famously diverse organisation. Woke projects, we're led to believe, cost over £7 billion across all government departments, with the state sector paying huge amounts of money for courses on divisive and controversial ideas like gender ideology, which questions the very idea that there is a man or a woman, or critical race theory, again, a contested idea that suggests you're intrinsically racist based upon the colour of your skin. A brave nurse called Amy Gallagher has taken the NHS to court on this very issue. The mental health nurse, who was in the final stages of a 2-year course in forensic psychology, objected to a lecture entitled "Whiteness, a Problem of Our Time," where attendees were forced to confront the reality of their white privilege. In another lecture the following month, Miss Gallagher says that she was told Christianity is racist because it's European. Wow. Well, the NHS is full of this nonsense. A review into how the health service and social care sector is managed, entitled The Messenger Report, shoot the messenger, found that equality, diversity and inclusion were mentioned 3 times as often as patient care. There's a surprise. Meanwhile, the health service has spent more than £1 million, that's right, £1 million, on hundreds of staff networks using taxpayers' money to put on events around transgender issues, sexuality and racism, often held during the working day. These events have included tea and rainbow cake picnics, a special session about pronouns, and a Filipino martial arts performance. Hiya! An audit by the Taxpayers Alliance found that there are now almost 500 networks across the UK health service. Now, don't get me wrong, racism is the most evil scourge in our society, and diversity is a great thing. But we don't pay the NHS to do tea parties at the expense of patient care, or paint rainbow zebra crossings outside hospitals that serve only to confuse guide dogs. There can't be anyone of sound mind now that thinks more money is the answer for the NHS. In a fascinating report this week, the Institute for Fiscal Studies has revealed that spending on the NHS has gone up, with more staffing, just as the service has become worse. It's a complex story, I'll grant you that. But by tackling needless waste, perhaps the nurses could get their pay rise after all. Health bosses just need to spend less time composing leaflets which deny the existence of women, describing breastfeeding as chest feeding and referring to females as people who menstruate. What a bloody nerve. Menstruate, bloody nerve, you're welcome. Here's my point. The NHS would save millions if it stripped out woke nonsense. When people go to a hospital, they don't want a political lecture. They want treatment.